seat. Let's talk about books, arts, and planners. So I was working on this project for my travel planners. I was cutting these out of composition notebooks. So I did 2 composition notebooks because, well, I mean, we're trying to save money. These were like, I think $1.50 at most. And so each one of those inserts for the traveler's notebook is $15 if you buy them. Sometimes you can find the smaller packs, but still it's just cheaper to either go to the dollar store or get one of these. So what I wanted to do is show you guys today on kind of how I did that. And then I was also making some of papers, cutting them for my B6 too. So that way I'm using all the papers I have in here. And if you can find some notebooks like either at the dollar store or when supplies goes on sale, that's a really good way to make it. And then sometimes we just have to cut it because we can't find the size we want. I think I found one notebook at the dollar store that was B6, and so I still have that, which is awesome. But what I wanted to do too is first I kind of made a mess, and I was gonna sew these, so I have this ready. And most of the time when I'm working, I have my phone stand that broke, so I duct taped it. I'm sorry, Brent, but you know, it is what it is. And then my scissors, I'll just put the stabbies right there so I don't knock myself over. And I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of just get that out of the way, throw that in the bag. And kind of clean up the station a little bit because I'm not sure if I'm going to use these for the covers, but I don't know if I'm going to throw them away just yet. Oh my god, I'm such a pack rat. Okay, anyway, throw that there. So in order to do the next step and show you what we're going to do, we're going to have to switch places, and I need to grab something over there. So let's switch places because, you know, I don't want to be in the way. Hold on one second. This is my stash of composition notebooks. Okay, well, got my composition notebooks, but we're gonna have to clean this table next. Okay, so I'm ready. I wanted to show you guys though. This one right here was one I bought a long while ago, and it's got smaller grids, so I kind of wanted to try and cut it down to the traveler's notebook size. And then I have, excuse me, I was talking. I have this one that's like a regular one that I bought at Walmart, I think. Sheesh, like a long time ago, and I bought it when it was on sale. I think it was Walmart. Why does it keep doing that? Okay. So I'm gonna cut this one, and actually I should grab one more of these, and then I'm gonna cut one into a traveler's notebook and then one into a B6. So I'll have 2 traveler's notebooks, 2 B6 notebooks, because I'm gonna jump into B6s in December, just in case you guys don't remember. But I'm gonna cut 2 B6s and then 1 traveler's notebook out of this, and that would total probably, I think this one was way more expensive. I don't remember, We bought it when I was at a conference because I needed some notepads to take notes, and I only used a couple pages. So I was like, oh, maybe I get to use this. So this is like an old one that I had laying around. But these ones right here were only like 50 cents. So I'll have 2 new notebooks for my traveler's notebooks for like $1 at most, which is a really great deal. And then when school time comes around, I'm going to see if I can find some B6s and some traveler's notebooks after I use all these up, because I'm not allowed to buy anything new. That was the deal. Okay, you guys ready to cut? Oh, I need to grab, so I just used this X-Acto knife. It's a pretty good one. I always make sure when I start cutting pages though that I have a brand new blade on it, because if I don't, I just jaggy up the pages. So I might have to look for some more blades. Maybe. It might be sharp enough. Yeah. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna grab another notebook and then let's dive in, okay? I think this is gonna work. And some of these books don't have 100 pages anymore because I've ripped out the pages I used. So I have no clue how many pages are in each one, but I'm going to use them. Okay, we got our books. Let's dive into cutting. So come a little closer so you can see better, and then we'll go from there. Okay, let's shed some light on this so I don't make too big of a mess. So I have a traveler's notebook, the size that I want, and then this is the dollars for B6. It's actually not bad. It's blank paper. So I'm definitely going to use this. It's already coming apart. It's a dollar store, so you know, it is what it is. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use my pencil. Wait, I wanted this one to be a B6. And I think these two are going to be B6s. And then this one will be a traveler's notebook. I'm sure there's probably a better way, but this is just the way I was doing it, so. And then what I was doing, I tried on the other one. Oh shoot, yeah, this one doesn't have the squares. So what I did was went like that, measured up the sides, and then so, and then I just do the same thing for these ones. And at least they'll start getting used. I mean, that's sometimes I think part of the problem is when I have all this stuff. And if it's in the size I need it to be, I think I'll be able to use it more. Or that's the hope anyway. Let's do this one.
And I probably should use a ruler. Because I'm such a crooked person. Oh, I have such a hard time. You probably already know that though. I'm not an even Steven, so it's always an issue. Okay, so we have them all ready. All I'm gonna do is make a mess. Okay. Maybe this way. I can cut a straight line. Ooh. Okay. 500 more lines to go. That is not straight, guys. Come on. That's not straight. You see that, right? Okay, well. Oh, I just messed it up more anyway. Did you fall asleep? Okay, well, we're done with this part, so let's clean up a little bit. Okay, so I like these because this is a regular size one, and this is a composition notebook. Look at that. It's almost double, maybe even triple this thickness. That's not a good thing because, oh, this is not a good thing to measure against because this is from the dollar store. So I got these ones, they're kind of cool, as wallpaper from the Dollar Tree. And that's what I'm going to use to cover these two up. And then I might cover that with stickers because I actually like the color of that one. So I think if we did maybe the, well, I think I really like this one. Maybe we can cover that with both, but if not, I have an extra one right there. Okay. Let's put the extra one down out of the way. Okay, so all I was doing for this is, I'm not a really big pink person, but we'll work with what we got. I actually don't know if this will work. Oh, so close. Okay, well, that just means I'm just gonna Do you think this would help me cut straighter? Me either. Wish there was like a grid on the back or something. Okay, we're just gonna go with it. And I could have used those. Why didn't I use those? That's okay. We're going to pretend that was straight. Okay, that's for that one. And then see, that's a lot pink. Maybe for this one I want to start here. Yeah, okay. Don't worry, I'm not getting close to your face. Be careful. Okay. That. did I just mark it? I don't see my mark. I see one. Oh, I see two. There it is. That took me a hot minute. Thank you for helping me out. Okay. And while you were meditating, we finished the book, but look at that. That side's different. Oh, I think it's because of the way I did this part. That's what's wrong. Hold on. Beat it into submission. I might have to put it in the book. See, that's fine. It's just that I messed up right there. That's too close to this stitching spine part. That looks pretty. It's nice. Okay. Kind of looks like a little bit of a hot mess on the inside, but then see the design kind of hides a little bit of the flaws. Makes it feel like it's part of it. So, okay. Now that we got those done. So you saw me make the books, these ones. Cut them down. I'm pretty happy with the way that they came out. I even set this one up. It looks really nice. I put in a printable wiki calendar. I think it turned out really good. And then each month will have its own like beginning and end pages. So I put all the other calendars in the back to do that. I'm not going to use that this next year, but I am going to use this one. So I'll probably decorate this one. And then I did this one and I decided that because I'm going into the B6 that I didn't really need to focus on the Traveler's Notebook size right now. So I just put this one aside along with some of the sewing stuff I did. So I got my B6 situated, some of the pages kind of decorated. I'll show those more in the next month, and have these ones extra. So that's ready to go for next year. But I did make a change to this setup, which I kind of knew I was going to, but we are always learning. We are always trying to figure out the best way to make this thing work for us. And I took this out. So I had to go to a meeting across campus and I dropped this, and then it just frustrated me. So I just quickly made myself, so this is to write down my goals for the month. Just printed out some quick Traveler's Notebook planners, folded them together, and then I have for the rest of the year in here. So November and December. And then what I'm going to do is just write the monthly review on this side and then the beginning months. So like this on this side. And that's the same part for here. So this is the monthly review, and then I'll put the beginning pages for November there. But then I put in for the whole of October, and then I changed my tracker to this style here with just symbols to represent the different areas, and just did dots and a list, and just... So this is the other book that I created, and I just stuck it in the middle of this other one and just put the strap in, and it works really good. And I just used a couple paper clips I technically don't even think I need these. It just makes it so it's easy to get to exactly what I need. So I look at this when I first get to work, see if there's anything going on, and then I will come over here, prop this open with a clip, and then have it on this and just write down my to-do list as I go. And I've been writing down my word count, what it started with, what I ended with on that day, and it just feels like it's kind of working really good. I don't know if it'll continue to work good, but I feel like this is going to get me through the rest of the year. We'll jump to the B6. If the B6 is not working, then I'll jump back to Traveler's Notebooks. But I like the system here. One of the things I think I'm going to need for my B6 is a folder like this one, and I might have to make myself a sticker book. So we'll see how that goes. But this is working good now without this extra book, because I can just grab this, put my pen in here, and then just go to my meeting. And that works really well for me, because trying to grab everything, I kept dropping things. I just want one book to go. So that's how this is going to be too. Just take this, have my pen loop on there, and then ready to go. So I'm thinking, I still think I need to tighten this one up just a little bit. It feels a little loose. It's not quite holding it as tight as, like, say, this one is. And then plan out decorating the rest of this and getting it ready for next year. But, I mean, as planners, we are constantly changing our system to work best for us. And so I'm really just embracing that. And if something's not working, if I find a friction point, I'm just continuously fixing it and changing it for myself. So I think that it's really important that we remember that the planners are our tools. And if the tools aren't working, then obviously you need a different tool, or you need to adjust the tool. So I changed this one to work for me. And I'm really hoping that this one will work for me the way I have it set up. But if it doesn't, I'm okay with switching back to this style here. So I have this all ready, but what I think I'm going to do, just to prep, so I'm not rushing around, is I might print off some monthly planners and just get a couple extra notebooks ready for this one. And then I would like to just get a couple extra notebooks for this one as I use these skinny ones up. I would like to not run out and have to rush around getting some done. So that's going to be my next journey. If you guys want to join me for that journey, let me know. But I think I've got some plans. I'm going to make myself a sticker book and a folder and a little sleeve out of some of this older stuff for the B6. And I'm really excited about that, because I feel like when we create and we decorate with stickers or painting or whatever, and we make the planner our own and we own it, then we're more likely to use it, especially if it's pretty and we feel happy that this is our tool, this is our helper. And so I'm really excited about next year, and I'm a lot happier about the rest of the year with the changes I made in this one. So I just wanted to share that with you. I'm so glad you could join me in this studio this week, and I can't wait to see you next week. Alright, we'll see you next video. Bye.